What do you do when the church hurts you? Have you ever been hurt by someone who was supposed to help you? Someone you trusted? Someone you looked up to? Someone you believed was wiser, more mature, and more like Christ? And then they hurt you? There are few kinds of pain deeper than being hurt by someone who you thought was there to help you. That kind of betrayal feels like a violation. It makes you want to pull away. It can leave bitterness welling up in your soul. And when that happens in the church, it can shake more than just your relationships. It can shake your faith. Unfortunately, many people have had this experience, and you may be one of them. You trusted someone in the church, and then they hurt you. Maybe it was a leader. Maybe it was a close friend. Maybe it was over something that didn't seem significant, and yet it changed everything. So what do you do when the church has hurt you? Do you walk away? Do you give up on the church altogether? Do you give up on your faith? Before we answer that, it's important to recognize something that you need to think about. You are not alone in this. When you read the Bible, one thing is abundantly clear. Jesus himself experienced this kind of hurt. Now, to clarify, the church as we know it didn't exist at that time, but Jesus was a part of a religious community. And it was that religious community, especially its leaders, that often opposed him, mistreated him, and ultimately led to his death. Jesus reserved his harshest criticisms for those in religious power. They burdened others while refusing to help. They were quick to condemn, but slow to examine themselves. And yet, despite all of that, Jesus did not abandon his mission or his people. That matters for us. So how do we move forward when we've been hurt by the church? There are several things to keep in mind. First, every situation is unique. There is no one-size-fits-all answer. Sometimes it's helpful to seek perspective from a trusted friend or a wise counselor, someone who can help you see the situation clearly and respond wisely. Second, remember that Jesus understands, and he shows us how to respond. Jesus was not afraid to call out hypocrisy or wrongdoing, but he also remained committed to the very people who hurt him. In fact, he ultimately gave his life for them. That doesn't mean ignoring wrong, but it does mean we don't let the failure of others define our faith or determine our direction. Third, not all hurt is the same, and how we respond matters. There are several situations where hurt is severe, cases of emotional, spiritual, even physical abuse. In those situations, wisdom may mean creating distance, seeking help, reporting wrongdoing, and finding a healthier environment where you can heal. Forgiveness does not always mean immediate reconciliation, and it does not mean returning to the place where you are being harmed. But there are situations where the hurt, while real, is more relational. Misunderstandings, disagreements, personal conflict. And in those situations, Jesus calls us to something difficult but also important: forgiveness and reconciliation. In Matthew chapter 5 and verse 23, Jesus says that if you're about to offer your gift and you remember that someone has something against you, go and be reconciled first. And in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 14, he teaches that those who forgive will be forgiven. That's not easy, but it's part of what it means to follow him. And this leads to something we all need to remember. The church is not a gathering of perfect people. It is a hospital full of sinners learning to love like Jesus. We will hurt each other. That's the reality of a broken world. But one of the primary purposes of the church is to teach us how to work through those hurts, how to forgive, how to grow, how to love more like Christ. If we run from every place that has hurt us, we may miss the very place that God has designed to shape us. Now, it's completely understandable to want to step away for a time. Sometimes we need a little space to heal, to pray, and to process. But we should be careful not to walk away forever. Not because the church is perfect, but because Christ loves the church, and He loves us even in all of our brokenness. And if you have been hurt by the church, I am truly sorry. Many of us know exactly what that feels like. Seek help. Give yourself time to heal. Take wise steps forward. But also, when you are ready, seek reconciliation as far as it depends upon you. Because in a fallen world, hurt is inevitable, even in the church. But like Jesus, we don't let that pain drive us away forever. If you're carrying church hurt right now, Jesus sees it. He understands it. He's not asking you to pretend that it didn't happen. He's inviting you to bring that hurt to Him. And when you're ready, to step back into the kind of community He died to build. If you're seeking to get back involved with the church, but don't know how to take that first step, reach out to us at knowyourbible.com and we'll help you get connected with a Bible-believing, Christ-following church in your area. I'm Curtis Baker for Know Your Bible. To learn more about the Bible or to get your questions answered, visit us at knowyourbible.com.